Hi everyone, my name is Claire.
And I'm John.
And today we're talking about an article called Arms Deals. This is arms as in weapons, of course, not the things on our body. This is actually something I wasn't so familiar with until I read the article, and it's about Korea's own involvement in international arms trading. Yeah. So maybe this will be also interesting to you. Maybe it's something you didn't know so much about. But before we get into Korea's arms trade, let's discuss it in a more general way. Why are weapons important to a country's security?
I think this is one of the most obvious answers.
What a simple question.
I was just imagining what a different article this would be if it were arms deals to do with the arms that were attached to us.
It's people who are lacking arms buying extra arms from those who have too many.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That would have been better.
Wow. In any case, the weapons are important to a country's security because any country at any point, as we now know, can be invaded or at least have an interruption from a different country. And if you have a military, you can help deter surrounding countries from trying. And if they do try, you can make like Ukraine and actually defend yourself. Obviously, they're important. Yeah.
Well, yes, I guess the current situation in Ukraine provides the perfect example. You know, it would be a beautiful dream to not have to have an army or any weapons at all. But yes, it leaves you vulnerable.
Yeah, yeah. And even a peaceful show like Star Trek still has plenty of weapons. Yeah, absolutely. You just need it, even in the future, which is only, I think, 300 years away.
Oh, wow. We've only got 300 years to wait.
And really hoping for the Enterprise. Yes. Oh, man. If I could only meet him in the future. How do wars affect the economy, though?
Dramatically.
Yeah.
I think from my study of history, I remember we'd talk about, you know, the war economy when the government had to like completely restructure everything in the country to now, because we're at war. So, yeah. And
typically to the benefit of the country, if you're the victors. But even if you're not the victors, you still have that same structure in place. So, yeah, wars are money makers a lot of the time.
Yeah, but I suppose at the level of sort of comfort and convenience that the average citizen has drops because you have to stop making fun stuff and start making more weapons and defensive things, necessary things.
Exactly. World War II, I think, is a prime example of the type of deprivation an average citizen would have in regards to the war economy. And it's also a good example of the benefits that can come after. Although I don't know if any country would want to go through a world war for those benefits. I think we could reach them more naturally without conflict or death, but yeah, it affects it a lot.
Let's take a closer look at this specific Korea-specific point about arms trading. Maybe you could read the summary or even the full article, and then we'll come back and talk in more detail.
Arms deals. Korea's arms industry has seen impressive increases in its export numbers. Companies here continued producing conventional heavy weaponry for the past few decades, even though the Cold War had ended in most parts of the world. Now, that kind of weaponry is in demand worldwide once again, so Korean manufacturers stand to benefit. But selling heavy weaponry also comes with heavy political and moral consequences. By selling weapons that are used in a conflict, the seller becomes a part of that conflict.